Are you new to the world of balloons? There are so many amazing things you can do with that, but you don't even know where to start? Like all of these different terms or even where to find balloons. Hi, my name is Julia with Decor Lab, and I had all of these questions when I was starting out. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through all of the basics, everything you need to know about balloons. So what are the types of the balloon art? Basically, what are the different niches out there? So guys, there are several different niches when it comes to the balloon art. The first niche is the balloon twisters. So those would be the people that creating these little balloon animals for kids, but also those will be the people who are creating more complex elements. So the next niche is the balloon artists that are working with kids' parties. They are creating designs and elements depending on what kids like Disney or cartoon characters. And the last niche would be the luxury and high-end designs. So these are the people that are creating the biggest installations with a lot of different and complex elements into it. We are talking about the full concept that can totally transform the space or just a corner of the space or a centerpiece of the space in order to create a highlight or a certain theme. You can find this type of the decor on a larger scale events, like weddings or big corporate functions. So these are the three most common niches that I can see and separate from each other, but there are a lot of decorators that can provide you services in several different niches. So the next thing you need to know is the difference between organic versus structured balloons. So you're going to hear the terms organic and structured a lot working with balloons. Organic is grouping different sizes of balloons in one structure in order to create more of the organic look. So these types of the balloon decorations are so popular right now because they are very natural looking. And the opposite to the organic will be your structured balloons. So this is where you inflate your balloons exactly to the same size in order to create structures like balloon arches or columns or other elements. Now, let's talk about different types of balloons. So the first one is the latex balloon. So this is probably the first thing you have in mind when somebody says a balloon. So that will be a latex balloon. The next type is foils and milers. Milers is a term for foil balloons. Basically, that means they're made out of foil, not latex. And a lot of times they come in so many different shapes. Here I have a heart shape. And these are the balloons you most likely will be seeing in the grocery stores with a lot of words or characters on it. So those will be the miler balloons. The next type we have is the plastic balloon, also known as clears or bubbles. Those balloons made obviously out of plastic, they stretch out and have a very nice transparent look. All of these balloon types come in different shapes and sizes. So you can have them very small or a bigger size. You can also double stuff latex balloon in order to create a custom color. Like this one here, we inserted the very bright vivid pink color inside of the white in order to get nice pastel color. Check this out. So as you can see, this is the white balloon by itself, and this white balloon has the pink inside. You can also hear a lot of the terminology when it comes to working with balloons. That can refer to a type of the balloon or the way you put two balloons together. So first term is deuces, duplets, and quads. They hear people referring to how many balloons you have in a one cluster. Here I have the deuce. Basically, it's two balloons tied together. And here I have a quad. That's four balloons tied together. So in order to create a balloon structure, you create quads of either the same size if you created a structured element, or the balloons of different sizes in quads in order to create more of an organic look. So you can also hear people talking about 260s. So these bad boys are great for putting the balloon garland together. And as I said earlier, those are the types of the balloons that people use for balloon twisting. If you're working with balloons, you probably heard the terms bubbles, clears, orbs, spheres. Basically, guys, it's just a different balloon. So bubbles and clears would be the plastic balloons. They called this way because of their appearance. You see, they're nice and clear. And spheres and orbs, they are foil balloons that have a sphere shape. That's pretty much depends on what brand you're buying. That's why they called it. Another few terms that you probably heard of if you are working with balloons are the garland and the arch. So basically the balloon garland is the strand of balloons that can have so many different shapes and sizes and widths, really depending on what the space you're working with, versus where you are talking about the arch, most of the time it will be the actual arch. It can be the circle arch, it can be the square arch, it can be arch attached to the surface, but it's still, the purpose of it is an archway. So basically to people to go under it and through. If you are working in a balloon business, you probably have people who are calling arch about everything. So a balloon garland will be an arch, balloon wall will be an arch, balloon display with carrot boards will be an arch. So just be prepared and make sure if you are working with the client, you clarify exactly what they're talking about. There are also a few most common tools that the balloon designers work with. And first one is the balloon pump. They come in different brands, in different sizes, but basically they go down to the electric one, the hand pump, and a helium tank. Electric pumps are used for the jobs where you need to inflate a lot of balloons. The hand pumps are perfect when you have a lot of delicate balloons that needs to have a certain amount of air inflated into them at the time. And helium tanks are used for balloons to float. There are several different bases that you can use in order to build your garland. For example, ribbon and fishing line are very popular bases that balloon artists use, but we like to use 260s and a red tail cord. Another tool that I like to use a lot for stuffing my balloons and creating custom colors is double stuffing tool. For that purpose, you can use a chopstick, a screwdriver, or here I have a bamboo skewer. You simply just slide a balloon over it in order to create a nice hold and slide a second balloon on top of it. There we go. And now you're ready to inflate it. And you're probably wondering, when you have bigger jobs where you're inflating a lot of balloons, how do you transport them? So here people use a lot of big mattress bags or big trash bags. The next most common question I get is, where do I buy my balloons and what brands I use? There are a lot of brands on the market, but the ones that I personally love to use for my orders and my business are Tuftex, Sempertex, and Qualitex. The reason I like working with these brands because they have beautiful colors, their balloons are very nice and mostly opaque and good quality, and they are very easy on your hands. Next, where to find balloons? People ask this question all the time, but currently there is a balloon shortage everywhere, so a lot of places are out of stock on a lot of different colors. And the best place to buy balloons would depend on where you live. I recommend for you to go to your local party supply store or go to the manufacturer's website to find a distributor near you. Actually, we have a video about that and you can find it right over here. Also, we will leave some of our favorite places linked below under this video. Do you have any questions that we did not cover in this video? If you do, make sure you leave the comment below. And I will see you in the next video. I'm not a balloon twister, can you tell? But... Okay.